It is time to take a look at the tail of the tape for this fight, our main event, brought to you by Bud Light, the beer you can always count on. Drew Brokenshire has the age advantage by 5 years, while Matt Jones has the height advantage by 1 inch. Weight and reach are even. Who leaves CenturyLink Arena with the Front Street Fights Featherweight title? We are about to find out as we go back inside the cage with Britt Talbert.
Fight fans, we have reached that point of the evening. It's now time for the main event. 5 rounds for the Front Street Fights Featherweight Championship. This fight is brought to you by bodybuilding.com, the world's #1 online supplement store. Are you ready for a downtown throwdown? Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner to my left, holding a professional record of 16 wins against 8 defeats, standing in at 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 144.3 pounds, fighting out of Tacoma, Washington. He proudly represents Luda Sport. I give you the challenger, Drew, the Eternal Fire, Brokenshire. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner to my right, holding a professional record of 7 wins against 2 defeats, standing in at 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 144.2 pounds, fighting out of Boise, Idaho, proudly representing SBG Idaho. He is the reigning, the defending Front Street Fights Featherweight Champion. I give you Matt, the Stripling Warrior Jones. Our referee in charge of tonight's main event is Rulin Day. Rulin, fighters' instructions, please.
Okay, you both know the rules. I expect to obey my commands at all times. Let's fight hard, fight fair, give him a good show. Let's touch gloves, come out fighting.
It is a battle in Boise, and it is all for the belt. Drew Brokenshire wants to take the belt home to Washington. Matt Jones wants to keep the belt here in Boise. We are underway in the main event of Front Street Fight 17 of Brokenshire vs. Jones, presented by bodybuilding.com. Overhand right by Brokenshire. Drops Matt Jones. Quick to capitalize, going for back position is Brokenshire. The rights are firing away. Could he pull off the huge upset within the first 60 seconds? He has back position. He rolls Jones. Throws 2 elbows.
And remember, they don't have the sweat rolling yet, so you know he's a lot more sticky, and it favors the grappler in the first round.
From back, trying to put in the 2 heel hooks. Brokenshire working the midsection, trying to lower the hands of Jones. What an incredible opening sequence from Brokenshire.
Doing a face crank here, and you can probably guarantee that Matt has his faculties back. He's athletic, and the more athletic you are, now he's got double inside, some butterfly hooks here. He's going to look to make space, maybe sweep or maybe go to guard, but you kind of have about a 10 or 15 second window, and then the guy's kind of back. There you go. This is
look at the power and the legs of Jones trying to lift Brokenshire off of him.
So now you have Matt working a high guard, and that really favors him because it favors Matt because Brokenshire can't posture up real easily, and because the back of Matt's legs are weighing down on him, so he can't, generate power to hurt Matt. And then Matt's doing really good with that wrist control, and he kicks right off in that break.
Jones survives an early scare from Brokenshire, responds with 3 or 4 lefts and rights.
Brokenshire's corner is asking for head position, which is correct for Brokenshire to do, which is what he's doing. He's keeping his Matt's head away so he can't look into him as easily. Nice double leg. Timed that really good. Slipped under with the right of Brokenshire, and now Matt is in on the single leg. But Brokenshire has really good.
Halfway through round number 1, our main event for the Front Street Fights featherweight title. Jones with Brokenshire pushed back against the cage. Jones in the black and red trunks.
Brokenshire has really good wrestling defense, takedown defense. One of those kind of little battles that you kind of sometimes people don't see is Matt Jones and Brokenshire are doing really good with wrist control. They're controlling each other's wrists whenever they can.
Both men exchanging these. Another left from Brokenshire. Brokenshire attempting a right elbow. Jones doing a good job ducking, grabbing both legs and pushing Brokenshire back into the cage with 90 seconds left of round number 1.
Matt Jones is leaking some blood out of his nose.
Another elbow.
Yeah, a little dirty boxing, that's called. Getting really close and getting those little punches. That's called dirty boxing.
Jones throwing another elbow to the face of Brokenshire. The battle against the cage continues. Both men trying to outpower the next.
Looks like Matt Jones has the double underhooks, which is really disadvantageous for Brokenshire.
Brokenshire trying to create some separation. Nice. The leg sweep by Jones drives Brokenshire down to the mat, which brings some applause from the crowd.
Jones is looking to pull back Brokenshire from the cage so he can't wall walk. So for Brokenshire to get up right now, he has to expose a hip, meaning get one hip high, right? Just sit on one butt cheek and get the other hip high, and that's how you start a wall walk, is what we call it.
10 seconds left in round number 1.
Look for the leg.
Looking for an ankle lock, a leg lock. Jones not worried about it whatsoever as round number 1 comes to an end. As quick as it started, it almost finished. As we go to the Project Filter replay, brought to you by Project Filter. You decide when, we'll show you how. Visit projectfilter.org. It was that overhand right that stunned Jones. Brokenshire capitalized and get the back position, but then that's where the ground game ensued.
Absolutely. Yeah, Brokenshire just laid it on, tried to get the kind of flurry judges TKO, take advantage of it, but Matt Jones was by about this time when he rolled through, he was recovered. And you have this elevator.
The leg strength.
Yeah. And he just elevated him right up, and then he was able to get that high guard and start kind of implementing his game plan, and then he eventually broke to a butterfly and got separation, got back up.
Well, we mentioned the explosive capability to end a fight that Matt Jones possesses with his knockout of Carson Fry at Front Street Fights 12. We almost saw it, but in not the direction that Jones would have wanted from Drew Brokenshire. An early right almost ends the fight against Matt Jones. Matt Jones doing a good job, though, surviving that onto round number 2 and really starting to show some strength toward the end of that round as we begin round number 2.
Jones is testing that head kick. Brokenshire fires one back. Both of them didn't connect realistically.
Both gentlemen doing a good job. Can you hear me, guys? Oh, there we go. Technical difficulties. Apologize about that. Fighting in close, both men exchanging a flurry of punches. Jones once again has got the guard up. Brokenshire letting it fly. Throws a knee, throws a combination left, right, jab. Jones ducks out of it, throws one himself. The flurry from Brokenshire rears its ugly head again. Jones with a good job keeping his guard up. Takes 3 shots to the midsection from Brokenshire.
I thought Jones was hurt there, but it's really kind of unusual to see a guy have such discipline with that guard when you have your hands up and you're just taking flurries. But, you know, I thought he was injured at first and kind of didn't know where he was, but I just believe he's disciplined. Brokenshire keeps finding a home for that right hand, which is what got him in trouble.
Good midsection kick by Brokenshire. Outside leg kick by Matt Jones. 90 seconds gone by in round number 2. Brokenshire looking to really work the midsection of Jones right now.
Which will also drop Jones's hands and find a better home for that right.
Brokenshire just calmly walking Jones back to the cage. Jones reversing position.
Just a battle of head positions here. Some
3 rights by Jones there. Backs Brokenshire up just a little bit. Both men reset to the middle of the cage. Square up once again. Jones looking for the double leg takedown. He's got it.
Very nice. Jones just does a really good job. That's one thing is, you know, he's always had good wrestling, but his wrestling is just on a different level right now. His wrestling is on a different level because he's just, he'll duck a punch and he'll just be in with penetration deep. It's really scary how good he is with those takedowns.
You talked about the discipline of Matt Jones. We saw that earlier where, honestly, I'm right there with you thinking he may have been injured, but it's that discipline, that concentration that we've seen from Jones as he's grown up in front of our eyes here at Front Street Fights.
Absolutely. Jones has one hook in. He's not in the best position right here because the cage, you know, Brokenshire just has to kind of shovel out, like scoot his heels down and kind of shovel out. And, you know, if there is a transition, see, I would not.
Jones trying to stretch that. He's got the legs hooked around the midsection of Brokenshire. 90 seconds left in round number 2.
We'll see what Jones can do with this. I mean, obviously he's got really strong legs, and, you know, he can kind of just wear this out in this body triangle position. But, you know, being that close to the cage, it's not necessarily. See what happens is see kind of
Brokenshire trying to walk the cage, trying to reverse position. Jones trying to lock in a rear naked choke. Brokenshire doing a good job of tucking the chin in. Eats a couple of lefts from Jones.
And Jones, Brokenshire is doing pretty good because he's putting the lock of Jones on the ground, which is exactly what you want to do to try to escape. And look for Jones to go to mount right here. Brokenshire did a really good job just kind of timing that, but Jones is just tenacious, staying with him and just glued to him.
Brokenshire escapes the clutches of Matt Jones. Both men once again reset to the center of the cage with 45 seconds left in round number 2. 2 left knees to Jones. Jones doing a good job keeping his arm in front to block both of those. Oh, good switch kick lands to the head, to the right side of Brokenshire, left side, excuse me. Front kick looking for an elbow. Brokenshire with a knee to the midsection.
Jones
knee to the leg, trying to weaken it, getting Jones down to the cage. No, says Matt Jones. Coming up on the final 5 seconds of round number 2. Another back and forth round. There's not much more you can ask from a main event title fight. We are seeing both men show why Todd Carlson has put them in this position as we go to the Project Filter replay brought to you by Project Filter. You decide when, we'll show you how. Visit projectfilter.org. Once again, in the early stages of the round, it wasn't just one punch, it was several punches this time by Drew Brokenshire.
Yeah, and Brokenshire is kind of just barely slipping through this power, but, you know, Jones is nullifying half the power that's coming through, you know, and there he is right back after it. And you hear, boom. See what happened is there was just a little hesitation on Brokenshire's behalf, and Matt Jones just in a split second with that deep shot. And then he wraps up the leg so Brokenshire couldn't get his legs underneath him, can't wall walk. He's just doing a lot of really good sound fundamentals.
It is a war of attrition. It is a battle of wills. as we get ready for the third round to decide the featherweight champion of Front Street Fights. Will Matt Jones retrain, or will Drew Brokenshire pull out the victory? One thing I'm sure Matt Jones has got to be cautious of is an early flurry or an early right from Drew Brokenshire. Matt Jones attempting a couple of head kicks. You saw the smile there from Brokenshire. Again, it's the early punches of Drew Brokenshire finding their home.
Nice
Eats
knee.
2 right knees from Jones, does Brokenshire to the chin. Jones takes a punch as well, too. Takes several more.
So remember, this is the third round, and of course both men, you know, oh, there's a lot of blood on, just leaking on top of Jones.
Brokenshire looking to gain control of the back, trying to get the heel hooks in. Jones trying to keep it out of him. And you are right.
Yeah.
The oil is just pouring out of Brokenshire. You can see it.
You've got to watch this choke. He's almost underneath the chin.
Brokenshire trying to pull out the victory for the back of Matt Jones. Can he get under the chin? He is under the chin. The question is, can he lock it in? He's got the blood flowing. He's got the arm around the back. Matt Jones is in trouble. Can he get out of it? He's doing everything he can. He gets out of it. Brokenshire looking to put him right back in it. This time reverses it. Jones has the chin tucked, but is it gonna be enough? It slips. It taps. The eternal fire burns out of Matt Jones. He pulls the upset, and the featherweight title is leaving Boise and heading to Washington. Drew Brokenshire is your new Front Street Fights featherweight champion.
So when we watched that choke, it was not technically totally under, but Boss Rutan actually does a similar choke that I poached from him. With the rear naked choke, when you put it over the chin, if you have the strength, you can actually pull the mandible back into the sternocleidomastoid, into the carotids, and you can actually finish a choke if you're strong enough.
As we go to the Project Filter replay brought to you by Project Filter, you decide when. We'll show you how. Visit projectfilter.org.
Watch this, bro.
We said he had to be careful of an early flurry. We saw it again. This time for Matt Jones. Suffers a hard right and left right there.
Oh. Man, this, here's the leak. Here's where you start seeing the leak. And then, you know, that blood probably, Matt, probably that blood was an advantage. Was an advantage for Brokenshire to get that, slip that choke right in.
The amount of blood coming from Brokenshire there, able to withstand that though.
Watch this, Matt. This is where you start to see, and watch. You'll see his chin is just barely underneath. Not on this one.
Well,
see, Matt Jones is controlling the arm with his armpit. He's controlling the other arm, so he can't get that full rear naked choke.
Well, we already know what is official, but we are now set to make it 100% official as we go back inside the cage with Britt Talbert.
A winner at 150 of round number 3 via a rear naked choke. We have a tap for our winner, a new Front Street Fight featherweight champion, Drew the Eternal Fire Brokenshire. Our matchmaker Todd Carlson with a new belt. Our girls here have a bodybuilding.com swag bag for our winner, Drew Brokenshire. And we will turn the floor over to Matt Johnson. MJ?
Thank you very much, Britt. Drew, you probably just arguably pulled off one of the biggest upsets in Front Street Fights history. It was the first title defense. You're taking the belt back home to Washington. How good one does this feel right now?
Feels great, you know. I mean, he blasted me in my nose. As you can see, he's a great fighter. He's young. He's got a long career ahead of him. And this is just part 2 of my story. So I'm on my way, and I'm going to make it to the top.
Talk about the war that you guys had. In each of the 3 rounds, you had either an early punch or an early flurry of punches that could have ended the fight. He battles back, and it was really kind of a war of attrition from there. Just talk about the battle you two just went through.
Yeah, man, he's great. He withstood a lot of big punches, and he has heart. And I was able to, you know, survive my own little scare with him blasting me in the nose and snatch up that choke. I think the bloody nose kind of helped me, made it nice and slick so I can get that arm in there the second time.
We saw you battle back and forth there. Before we let you go here, who do you want to thank back home watching maybe on YouTube and some of your sponsors?
Absolutely. My family, my friends, everybody back home in Tacoma and Washington. I love you guys. You guys are great. Everybody who came here to support me, thank you very much. I got my sponsors. Sorry, I'm getting blood on you, brother.
That's okay.
Got my sponsors, Homage Tattoo, Northwest Recycler Corps, Luda Sport, West Coast Fight Team. Got Pinnacle Martial Arts who helps me out, Academy of Brian Johnson, ludasport.com if you guys are in Tacoma and want to come train.
All right, well, congratulations, Drew. We're obviously going to see you back here to defend that title. Let's hear it one more time for your new Front Street Fights featherweight champion, Drew the Eternal Fire Brokenshire.